Hello and welcome to another episode of the How to CEO show. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Amir from the BankDAO. Welcome.
Man, Murray, appreciate you. Thank you for having me today.
So please tell us about your project. Tell us about the DAO.
Yeah, most definitely. So a little bit about my background. Grew up in the Bay Area. One thing that, I've always been passionate about is financial literacy. Nobody in my family has ever passed away and had anything to pass down to the next generation. And it really became my personal mission to change that. And so over the last couple of years, really spent time trying to understand what is inhibiting people from building wealth in America and really what, this ideal of the American dream truly means. And how could we, really begin to build a system that can really change the narrative of really building collective wealth. And so, got down this rabbit hole and got introduced to Web3 last year at Launch House. And it was eye-opening. For the last 2 years, I talked about how do we build a system that was really truly representative of the people, that was really truly there to add value to people's lives and help them build wealth. And, it was like, man, understanding the potential of what Web3 tools could actually do to when you apply it to kind of these complex issues, it was a no-brainer in terms of how to tackle this problem. And so the interesting thing about Web3 was it's really about kind of boiling down Web2 problems and then trying to understand how you can kind of deconstruct them and apply these Web3 tools to really create new solutions. And that led us to BankDAO. Really took a deep dive in trying to understand the banking system. And it's a very one-way street of value where we put our money in banks, the banks then take our money and lend it out. $1 can be lent out 10 times within the system, and they're generating, roughly between 3 to 5% across lending services, and they're paying us 0.01%. And it wasn't right. As banks are the primary gatekeeper to wealth in this country, and it's like, why is our expectation of them so low? Why do we not expect them to help educate us? Why do we not expect them to help provide resources and really help us build wealth and learn how to build wealth? And so that was really what BankDAO was about. It was like, man, we believe that, creating a system that is run for and by the people, we could create a better financial system. And so essentially BankDAO it's a digital bank to begin with that's owned and operated as a DAO, but it's really about, channeling human power of oneness towards a common mission. So a little background on what we're building and super excited to be building it.
So for CEOs thinking about building a new company, that's an amazing way to think about the structure of a company and how to engage users. So thank you. And then who is your team? How have you gone about building the team for this project?
Yeah, so the team started with my former teammates. My former teammate, Sheldon Day from the Cleveland Browns, Richard Sherman, who was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and my best friend, Will Fuller, who played with the Miami Dolphins. And really our mantra was, to whom much is given, much is required. And, we as, guys who are lucky enough to make it to the professional ranks, it was like, man, it took a village of people for us to get to where we are today. And it was really, our responsibility to now pay it forward and really help the people from where we come from, our friends, our teammates, their families, build a better system to build wealth. And so it really built around this core of athletes, which is really ironic. And then from there, we've built a great team of people who are in tech, who founded companies, people who are in banking, people who are really just passionate about education and financial literacy. So it's a very diverse team of people from very different backgrounds, but, we're all coming together to really, build a great company, build a great community, build a better system. So it's very exciting.
And how are you building that community?
Yeah, so it's a learning experience every single day, and kind of trying to tackle community building from a couple different angles. But my belief is that education is the fertilizer to wealth, and really it's about leading with education to build community. And so you have, every single day it seems like I have a friend that is, calling and asking, like, how do I invest in cryptocurrencies? How do I invest in real estate? Et cetera, et cetera. And there's so much noise nowadays that it's hard to really sift through that. Is this a scam? Is this not? Is this good information? And so really it's been about leading with, how can we help you build wealth? How can I add value to your life versus how can you add value to me or add value to this company. And so really taking that giver's mentality, that servant mentality of building this community out, and then really trying to be intentional with building it around like-minded individuals who share the same passion, share the same mission of what we're trying to accomplish. And so, yeah, it's really been about kind of getting out there organically, just having conversations, spreading that mission, and really just having this open forum to begin to educate. And so doing a ton on Twitter, doing a ton in Discord, to really begin to provide value to people's lives. But yeah, that's really kind of taking this more organic approach to really building that community out.
And so where are some other good communities that you engage with that you think are doing a great job in building community?
Yeah, and this is a great question. This is what's been the funnest thing about Web3 is that everybody is so community driven. Everybody is so collaborative that we've had a ton of great communities already reach out to us and invite us into their communities and teach us about onboarding and teach us about community building. And one of those communities has been Kraus House. We're actually a part of their accelerator program. But Flex and Commodore from their community have been such a great resource to help us really, think about how do we take this grand, huge mission of building this better financial system and really breaking it down to the more granular tactical steps of like, how do we just first get people to buy into the simple mission? How do we message this? How do we meme our mission? How do we think about actually, bridging the gap between community and product? So definitely would say Kraus House has been a tremendous support system for us. Syndicate DAO, we connected with Ian a few weeks ago, and Ian, the first time we talked with him, it was just like, wow, we're on the same mission, we're on the same path, we're on the same journey here in terms of, what Syndicate and they're trying to democratize access to investment tools to help, the Mirror.xyz, the publication platform, has been super supportive and, gave us a right token, which is super cool. And then other DAOs and communities that we've kind of observed from afar that are doing awesome things. Cabin DAO, one of the core contributors from Cabin actually came into Kraus today and gave us a speech, but really just talking about what works for them. As they're building a decentralized city, it's really interesting to see how kind of they've taken this duocratic method of governance, which has really worked for them. So really just trying to kind of piecemeal things together and learn from these different communities out there. So those I'd say are the ones that we've really taken a ton of time and really just looking at. And then also I'd like to give a shout out to Packy McCormick and what he's built with Not Boring, even though it's not a DAO yet, I don't believe, but he's built an awesome community of people who, are one, just really consuming his content. He's putting out so many great pieces. And then two, like we've actually, reached out to a couple people who are part of the Not Boring community to help us on tokenomics and governance models. So really love the communities that are building out there. And I really love the interoperability of DAOs where we can really begin to collaborate and build together. Because really our thought is the power of many is greater than the power of one. And it really that's that ethos of what Web3 represents.
That's fantastic. If people want to help you, how can they do that?
Yeah, hop into the Discord. We have a contribution little intake form. And right now we're, any and everybody that can add value to the community, nobody is being turned down. This is a very inclusive community. And right now, like I said, our North Star is how do we build a better financial system to help everybody build wealth. And so if you resonate with that mission, hop into the Discord, ping me. I'm SolarBot in the Discord, and really just trying to build this around like-minded individuals, fintech, education, community builders, Web3, DeFi, banking. So if anybody has any type of relevant experience that, thinks that you can add value to what we're building out, we'll open you with, open arms as we build this community, as we build this product.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Murray. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.